Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Bear and Breakfast. It's a laid-back management adventure game where you build and run a bed and breakfast, but you're a bear. At least that's what the Steam description says for it. I'm noticing like a fox with like some glowy eyes and some other stuff, so this looks like it's going to be incredibly adorable. To the point where maybe I should actually get Shell on board when the game eventually comes out. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's being made by Gummy Cat and published by Armor Games. So, let's just get started. And I should probably also mention this is an alpha demo as part of the Steam Summer Games Festival or the Steam Next Festival. I don't know, whatever. But it's available now if you guys want to download and play it yourselves. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. There's going to be a lot of bugs. But it's fine. It looks great.
The three friends find themselves farther than they'd ever gone before. Past the soothing meadows and the quiet streams, even past that one weird rock with all the moss. The new world they found was strange and terrifying, filled with soothing meadows and quiet streams. It was pretty cool. Just like them, Annie, the Carillion hound, brave but careful. Will, the poor Will, apathetic on the outside, yet surprisingly, even more so on the inside. And Hank, the brown bear, just as cheerful and curious now as he was 2 shrubs ago, but maybe a little anxious due to the promise he had made back home. No, Mom, I'm not gonna narrate everything out loud all day.
Oh.
Also, definitely not gonna wander too far in an adventurous fashion. I promise. Suddenly, they catch a glimpse of something that they'd rarely seen back home. A sliver of white smoke. Not the kind that occasionally wafts through a stormy summer night. When the sky cracks open and the sparks glow bright. No, this was but the gentle, soothing smell of a human-made flame.
Human? What human? Aw, Will is tiny. The animations for this are amazing. And the visuals, dang. Yep, definitely been here before. I recognize that bush and those branches. You always recognize at least one bush. I think we should be 40 paces north of the trail. The big oak should be just around the corner. You're a big oak. Wait, that rock wasn't there last time. We're lost forever. That rock is definitely new. Don't be silly. I know exactly where we are. We'll just turn the corner and see that big calming oak tree. Unlike the tiny catastrophizing ball of feathers we see now. You can't even recognize your own stupid tail. That's fair. This is like one of the few games I've launched where I'm like, oh man, I need to actually turn this up by like a lot. That's okay. What's with the big mossy boulder? All the windows and smoke? I love the expressions. That's not a boulder, you doof. That's doof. That's a big stinking cabin. And smoke from a cabin means people. How do you know? You think you'd know after going through garbage for a decade. No. Now it's interesting. We'd better investigate. Hank? No, wait just a minute. Okay, so first and foremost, is there a way to... options. Settings. Master volume. Actually up. When does this happen? When do I launch a game and say, man, this is quiet. It should be louder. And yet, here we are. One of the first games that's adorable. I got a bad feeling about this. I'm sure that oak is around here somewhere. I love this already. The illustrations, you know, just looking at all of this stuff, it's incredible to behold. The bear itself has such a just like swoopy animation style too. And you know what? Instead of doing anything useful, let us just get distracted by looting. Mint bushes and treasure? Or not treasure, trash. Well, One man's trash is still trash, but maybe some people value it. Alright, let's actually go inside. Hello? I stole her apple. Ah ha ha. Oh, who's there? Why, what an unexpected visit. My, you're a big fella, aren't you? You don't seem very frightening. That's all right. You're not the first critter to wander in my little home. Don't be afraid. Who are you? Bear noises? Well, it's quite nice to meet you too, dear. I'm Barbara. I've been the keeper of these woods ever since I could tell a Joppy Jeffrey from a blue shag. Do you know where you are? Strange lady's house. Bear noises. Oh, of course you don't. You're not from around here, I would have known. Well, you're on the edge of Pinefall Resort. Or perhaps I should say, what used to be. Pinefall Resort used to be the bee's knees, the talk of the town. Right up until everything came crashing down. Now it's all ruins and garbage. Boy, it's a lot of garbage. Oh, how I wish I could see it full of life again. Say, you look like a robust gentleman. Gentle creature. I don't suppose you'd be interested in more than looking for berries rummaging around rocks, would you? I highly appreciate berries. Excited bear noises. That's wonderful news. I always knew the forest would come in handy one day. With your help, I think we could convince travelers to stop by our little forest, corner of the forest again. This is beginning to sound suspicious. Wary bear noises. First things first, no one's gonna want to sleep in this wreck. We need to clear out the eastern cabin of all the debris inside. It's got a lot, but somebody's gotta do it. Don't worry if they scream a bit. Head straight south from here. It's the first building you'll see. You can't miss it. Make sure you get everything upstairs too. Well, go on then. So are you playing this on PC? Yep. I'm not actually sure if these are available on other platforms yet. I mean, this is still a demo. Looting and foraging. Pinefall holds many types of loot indoors and outdoors. Press E while near debris, plants, or other objects to loot them. Shift left click to split stats. Looting and foraging. Loot all button to quickly loot everything. Hopefully they had a hotkey for that. And final source of materials and ingredients, foraging and scavenging. Perfect. Boy, hootie, they made a horrible mess of this place. Well, here's the question. Can I use... I was really hoping I could use controller just to move around. I find this sort of thing is just a little bit more comfortable that way. Is what it is. Is so cute, though. But yeah, this kind of strikes me as, like... I'm almost reminded of Graveyard Keeper. If any of you guys ever played that, the idea of building kind of an amenity that the local populace uses in some kind of substantive manner. But... let's see. But, you know, building it up, gathering resources, crafting, and so on and so forth. Yeah, Stump's gonna love this. Oh, yeah. I actually learned about this from Ash, sharing the trailer. I think that's what... I think that's who told me about it, or at least, you know, where I first saw it. And if it wasn't him, well, he gets all the credit anyway. Okay, so it does look like there's a clock that does just kind of pass automatically. I don't know if I don't see any kind of character stamina thing, so it's not full Stardew Valley where you don't have to worry about your character passing out from being too tired. I'd love to see this as like multiplayer. I doubt it would happen, but it would be kind of neat to have like a teammate to specifically say like, hey, you go grab trash. I'm going to build up the inn. And this bear is incredible at recycling. Like, he perfectly takes every single one of these things and splits it up into its core components. I guess they're probably going to just logic it away as, you know, dude's been rummaging around in trash for his entire life. But at the same time, it's just like, this is some skills here. I wish I had this capability where I just waggle my hands at, like, an object and then break it down into its core components. I'd be like a living recycling center, but, like, way more effective. Bear glows in the dark. I mean, want to guess where he was rummaging around those dumpsters? He was probably just hanging out outside nuclear silos, just being like, ooh, there's glowy things in here. Alright, so we're good to go. Recycle some mean person's car. Dude, I would be so powerful. No one would be able to stop me. Did you clear out all the garbage in the eastern cabin? Yep. Relatively certain bear noises. Wonderful! I haven't seen it that clean in years. Let's see about getting it fixed up. Now that it's done, I just need a bit of help to fix the place up. I'll need some of the things you found through the rubble. If you don't have enough, try going through the other buildings. When you're done, go southwest near the river and grab some stone bricks. Go up the stream if you don't find enough. But make sure you avoid that weaselly little raccoon next to the ruins. Always trouble that one. Okay, so I just need the bricks. Is there a map? While visibility, build, inventory, your cabin, and options. Doesn't look like it. She said southwest, so we actually want to go over here. I know there's other buildings for me to check out, but... okay. We found the river. So I'm just going to kind of follow it. Those are probably the stone bricks. Yep. Maybe? So far, so good. I'm just going to grab whatever. Oh, no, that was a stone brick. So it looks like I have to just loot a lot of these. I might be able to turn the regular slabs into bricks if I check. Maybe. I'm always just incredibly impressed by the artists that make these games. With enough, like, visual variety that it doesn't seem repetitive. Because that's something that's hard. You know, drawing enough bushes and trees... and, you know, ground texture and so on and so forth. Like, you have to draw a lot if you actually want it to, you know, if you want your environments to have enough variety to not just look like, oh yeah, it's that same tree over and over and over again. I think you can kind of lean into that style a bit. Just because most people aren't going to really judge you. Like, I know Don't Starve, for example, the individual assets looked nice enough that it didn't really matter. But every time a game comes out that, like, pushes the boundary on those, I think it becomes a little bit less acceptable. Well, I think I found the raccoon. I'm gonna leave it alone, though. Alright, one more. There we go. I've always wanted to play more of these kind of amenity building games, but, like, most of them are just really garbage real-life simulator games, where everything just has, like, an ugly art style and just isn't really worth playing. I've always wanted to do this with, like, blacksmithing, where you're like a blacksmith and You know, maybe you have kind of like a local area that you source some resources from, but otherwise, for the most part, you've just got like this blacksmith shop that you're upgrading and improving and expanding. And the entire point is that adventurers would like bring loot into your shop. You'd buy it and then like break it down, you know, monster parts, so on and so forth, and you break it down and turn it into like better weapons. Little Blacksmith is exactly that. Is that on Steam or is that a mobile game? Because my biggest issue is that I have zero interest in mobile games generally. They're usually kind of ugly, or either mobile games are ugly in terms of like really busy UI, or it's just like awful with microtransactions. I think it's on Steam. I will have to check that out. Yeah, there are a couple of games where I'm like, oh man, I really wish this existed, and somebody's like, oh man, it exists on mobile, and I'm like, oh, cool. Hurts a bit. Okay, there we go. The answer is, it looks okay. I want something in this style, though. Like, you gotta realize, when I talk about, like, wanting games, one of my biggest, I'm not gonna say it's pet peeves, but one of my biggest sticking points when it comes to, like, whether or not I want to play a game or put time into or so on and so forth, 3D is very hit and miss for me. If it's, like, really beautiful and illustrated or, like, hand-painted textures, I'm super down for it. Low poly can work, and I think back in the day I was, like, super into low poly, but lost interest over... I'm not going to say I lost interest over the years. I think I lost interest in a lot of low poly assets just because so many low poly assets are all bought from the same place, so you get a lot of games that are virtually identical, and it's just like, hey, why am I just looting this house? I don't know, I guess I gotta do it eventually. But games like this, that are fully hand-illustrated and really beautiful to behold, this is the kind of game I can get into, because, like, I don't get sick of looking at it. I don't get sick of playing it, I want to see more, I want to play more. Let's see, we heading back to her? It says help her fix up the eastern cabin. Yeah, we gotta turn it in with her. Got it. You got everything. Yep. Amazing how much you can carry with just 2 paws. Do you have pockets on that thing? Oh, he actually waggles his ears when he's just standing there. Now, is this where it turns out that she's a witch? Let's do this. Do we... It's just immediate. I was really hoping she'd just go hocus pocus. Phew, that wasn't as easy as I thought. Bet you didn't think this old woman had it in her. Go ahead, check it out. Then come back so we can have a little chat. Eastern cabin. Okay, so we've repaired it. The only cabin available in this demo to build stuff in. Western and southern cabins will be unlocked later in the full game. I mean, I'm pretty sure she is a witch, but... Well, it looks nice. Can I build? Nope. Try again later. So, what do you think? Kind of impressive. Ah, shucks, you're going to make me blush. That knocked the wind out of me, though. I better have a little rest. Oh, before I go, I got one more thing for you. Crafting bench. Where was she keeping that? This little table will help you make things, but of course it's only a tool. You're going to need to learn how to craft stuff yourself. Here, I'll help you get started. Come back to me after you've crafted one. If you need materials, there's plenty of old debris lying around in the town, torn down buildings. Okay, so we've made bedroom bed 1. Crafting table. Go up to it with E. Add a craft. Cool. Must craft bed. Bedroom bed. Craft. I've got tons. Did you craft a bed yet? Yep, nails and all. Hey, that's not half bad for someone who basically wears oven mitts all the time. Now let's put that one to good use. I don't think I asked what your name was. How very rude of me. I'm a Bartholomew the First. No second of his name. Confused bear noises. Oh, such a beautiful name. I have a hard time remembering all of these things, of course, so I'm just gonna call you Cubby, if that's alright. What? Bear noises. Wonderful. Well, Cubby, if we want people to come over and stay with us, they're gonna need a place to sleep. Here's a little bit of money, but don't spend it all before we make some more. We'll need it to build things. Go in that cabin, build me a functional bedroom. Alright, build mode. Beat enter build mode. Free camera mode allows you to build things. Choose whether or not you'd like to build rooms or place objects in your inventory. Build a room, select it from the list. Draw the footprint of the room, then hit the next button to make sure you meet the minimum size. Place a doorway for your room and then hit done. Click and place furniture objects from your inventory to the room, only in build mode. Most rooms demand a mandatory object before they can be functional. You can pause building a room if you don't have the mandatory object, then return to place it. Click a room to edit its contents or delete it altogether. Rooms are usually pretty particular about which objects you can place in them. Decoration objects have no restrictions, so you can place them wherever. Alright, so do I put it on this first floor? I mean, no. We should really build our bedrooms here. Okay, comfort, single bedroom. So minimum size is a 2x3. Okay. I don't really know what the most optimum is here. So that's the minimum size. Why, that's small. Okay, that's how we do this. Well, I can do one here. Oh, cannot create split rooms. Oh, interesting. So it's got to be adjacent. Okay. Outside buildings blueprint. So we don't want to do that. Do we want to just do a bunch of 4x3s? I guess it's a 4x5. It's a little longer. But it won't let me do that anyway. Let's just start with that one. Or do we want to do a 4x4? Nah. For starters, we're going to go small. I barely have any resources. Okay, door. So now we want to do bed. Slap that there. Comfort is pretty bad, but overall, it'll be good enough. Maybe I can expand it later, but I just wanted to have one of those. Alright, she's still outside? Yes. Did you build a nice bedroom? Yep, all done. Brilliant. It's not the Skyline Heights, but it'll do. Now let's see about getting this place up and running again. Alright, go in build mode, build a bedroom. That looks spectacular. I can barely believe it. I think the resort is just about ready for its grand reopening. There's just one last thing we need. Be a dear and go fetch me a couple of things so I can fix the sign up front, will you? Should have most of it from the rubble, but if you don't, check the buildings. Oh, and how about a bucket of paint? Pretty sure I saw that damned raccoon with it. Okay, Took's garbage shop. Oh, it's a play on Nook. Of course. So, visit Took's dumpster diving display to buy decorative objects for your cabin, including lights. Keep an eye out for guests who occasionally drop garbage, which affect your deco score, and can be used to buy stuff from the raccoon. Hello. Hey, you big fella. I see you're dealing with old Green Hat over there. Do you know her? Yeah, she isn't exactly new to the scene. I might have something that could be of interest, Just check my dumpster, but don't even think about getting wise on me. If you want any of the trash in there, you need to get me some, valuables. You can find them all over the place, and I hear the smelly ones leave them all over the place, too. Now scram, I got an image to maintain here. Okay, so bucket of paint. Well, there's a critter totem. Bucket of paint. Olive pants. Camo painted invisible pants. What does that mean? One way or another, I'm gonna buy a critter totem. Looks like we can buy a lot, too. So we got a floor lamp, a coffee table. Wall light, small light. Moose lamp. Or no, mouse lamp. A possum clock. All of these are pretty great. I think I'm just gonna get a floor lamp and we'll call it for now. I'll come back later. It amuses me that Hank has no need to sleep. Works for me, though. This game actually reminds me of a game that I played a long time ago called, Orcish Inn. It sadly never got finished, but it had a lot of promise. Or yeah, you were making an inn. And you spent a lot of time grinding for resources and some other things. But, I thought it was really cool. Alright. Did you get the materials I asked for? Yup. I'm so happy. Thanks to you, we can finally start rebuilding this magical place. Pinefall Resort is now officially open for business. The tourists are just pouring in. I just want to see a tide of people. Stupendous! Thank you so much. That's a relief. Hi. I don't think I've told you a lot about this place, have I? Well, I don't think it would do much harm.
Pinefall Resort used to be a magical place. The jewel of the valley. Charming and beautiful.
Oh! I know the artist that did these portraits. I'm pretty sure I know the artist for this. This might even... I could be wrong, but it absolutely looks... I'll have to double check. The art style is super similar to an artist I follow. Slightly less... I'm gonna say it's like slightly less depth going on with like the highlights and the shading, but I think this is super close to it. I will have to double check this one.
If you didn't mind the dictatorship.
What?
Well, we tried to keep it that way at least. You see, it had a common and unfortunate affliction. Other people. But as bad as this contamination was, it was also necessary. The little dung these pests left behind was of great value, and it made for fertile soil to grow and grow. But even so, the resort was beholden to its cruel owners, so we had to give up part of the treasure. For the greater good, I suppose. When the regime fell 15 years ago, everything came crashing down after it. And so did we. The visitors stopped coming. The wealth ran out. The world collapsed. Our world collapsed. And now all that's left are run-down buildings and piles of garbage. And me, alone, ever since.
Well, that's the gist of it anyway. Anyway, no matter, we have more work to do. Okay, it's reopened for business. Guess we'll now request to stay at your bed and breakfast. Cool. Got dark. Yeah, got kind of dark. Alright, so let's make a couple of beds. I don't know necessarily what we're getting into, but I might as well have, like, a handful. Now, what is this? The basics, looting, how to craft, grand reopening, garbage shop. Oh, hello. Wait, what? If switches shop to check out his wares. Only takes real money, but offers exotic ingredients, recipes, blueprints, and fuel. Earn money through hosting guests in your cabin, but that's... I mean, I wanted to know about grand reopening, but I guess not. Let's just go up. Okay, so we wanna just do a couple of single bedrooms. I'm not really interested in making this place incredible yet. Okay, we have plenty of money. I mostly just want to have kind of the basics down. And we'll give them a floor lamp. Okay, we might want to go get some more. Because decorations seem like it's going to be worth it. Looks like we can also add other floors to this. But not currently. Well, I think for starters, what else have we got? Your cabin. Single bedroom. Stay requests. No guests have arrived yet. Pinefall Resort. Cool. I'll leave that for later. Let's see if she says anything useful. Now we're ready to get our first guest. I'm sure someone's requesting a stay by now. Come back to me once you've booked someone. Your cabin. G to open cabin menu. Stay requests. Timote Arville. Okay, so he wants... Comfort 5, nothing else matters. He's going to be here for 2 days. Cool. And we'll give him that one. He'll arrive tomorrow morning. Okay, so we're just going to leave him with that. So that makes sense. The more prestigious guests are going to require better amenities. Currently, we got biscuits and they get biscuits, and it's entirely okay. Okay, I just want to see the basics for this. I don't want to get too deep in, just because this is exactly the kind of game that I'm going to want to put a lot more time into once it's done. Because I think I sunk, like, nearly 40 hours into Graveyard Keeper in, like, a week, or something wild like that. It was right before we moved out of Kansas, and I was just like, oh man, I need something chill that I can play while drunk, because I'm drinking all of the alcohol that we have left behind, and we don't want to, you know, truck it across state lines. And the answer was a little bit of Astroneer, but mostly Graveyard Keeper. It was nice. It was so good. I liked it, but I liked the experience of it more than I actually liked the game. Graveyard Keeper was one of those games that had so much potential, but so much grind in a way that felt very negative. Whereas this might kind of also hit that same level, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be as bad. I think it's going to be a little bit more sandboxy with some like side objectives to kind of pace the story out. I would love to see somebody tackle that formula though for like pure Graveyard Keeper and like improve upon it. Just make it a little bit less heinous, or like give you some more automation. I think would be the trick. Ugh. Ugh. One thing I will say about repetition is the floor textures here look ugh, but is what it is. What if there's a way to pass the day faster? Maybe. I'm just gonna keep wandering around, see if I can find something useful. I don't even know if I really need to do much with the guests. Graveyard Keeper is what I started watching Twitch with. Oh, neat. Yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the experience. I just, like, playing Graveyard Keeper, I absolutely could see how they could improve it. And it bugged me a little bit, because I was just like, Just a couple of tweaks here and there would just make it so good. Oh, this music's got some bloops to it. I like it. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello. I haven't seen you here before. I'm not surprised. Excuse me? Tell me, child, do you reckon with the wild? Do you flirt with the bizarre? Reckon the uncharted? I've been known to occasionally look very far away in the distance. No, I didn't think so. You don't look the part. You've never set foot in a shadow darker than your mother's. You think these woods are young. You are greener than the crudest sapling. There's nothing to fear but those who fear nothing! Yeah! Fine. Just look at my little cart if you want to buy something. But not garbage. I'm not falling for that garbage squirrel's tricks again. Alright, here we go. So we can buy a bathroom toilet recipe. Okay. So I can just right-click. Bathroom mirror, bedroom bed, bedroom wardrobe, vanity table. I mean, looks like a lot of these are pretty cheap. So I might as well just go all out buying all of them. Oh, could not add item to the inventory. Makes sense. No room in that container. Okay. How do I use these? Ah, here we go. So I just have to right-click them. Some of the inventory management, you know, the fact that it warps you back here, and the fact that you even have to activate a blueprint to use it, is a little odd. But this should give me some options. So we get the noise dampener and some cooking recipes. There's also the pine shirt, but that might be a little too expensive for me. Yeah. These are things I hope they fix up. And I'm pretty sure they will. This would be an odd thing to leave going. The whole forest is your toilet. Mine, yes. Does a bear shit in the woods? Yes. Do people shit in woods? Hopefully not that much. People are gross. Especially people's dogs. Apparently dog food is, like, real bad when it comes to, like... What are you doing? Hello, sir? He's just wandering. This place is kind of a dump. There's no dining room. I think I'm gonna take a nap. Well, you're in the wrong place, for starters. Let's see what I can make. Okay, so we want to do... dining table. 2 dining chairs. Not sure about a lot of these things. But it looks like I have enough stuff. Okay. Now let's try building. Room. Comfort, water, food. Kitchen, dining room. Minimum size 3x3. Cost 160. Yeah, there's also small public restroom. Let's get that done first before anything goes bad. Let's close out of this because I really don't want to suffer the consequences of not giving this man a basic restroom. I'm just gonna put it there. Okay, place door. Okay, place furniture. I didn't make a toilet. I gotta go make those. I was so focused on the idea of making a kitchen and whatnot. Okay, bathroom, toilet. There's no sink. There's no sink. Okay, well that's a problem. I'm digging this. It's so chill. The music is really good too. Okay. Can I rotate? Yes. I'm just going to put that there for now. Let me just take a look at bathroom. I'm just going to put it here. Place door here. Okay, so it needs a sink and a shower. Okay. Well, at least somebody can poop, but yeah, we'll have to figure out how to get some of that stuff. Build food dining room. Here's the thing. We're just gonna start small. Let's see. No, we want to put it on this side. I might as well have it here. Okay, so it needs serving table, dining table, and chair. Okay, that counts. Perfect. Dining table. Ripes. Okay. Let's undo a couple of these things. This needs to be a lot bigger. Okay. Put it here. Okay, serving station. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna put it there. This dining table's a smidge bigger than I was expecting it would be. Especially because I only have, like, 2 chairs. Well, I'll figure the rest of this out. And I'm gonna put the critter totem in the corner. Alright, we now have a dining room. We don't have a kitchen. And how much money do I have? $650. I'm getting kind of close to being low on dosh. Assign a guest to a bedroom. Wait, but I did. Well, So, did you find the first sucker? I mean, guest. Yep, got someone coming. Brilliant. Let's wait for them to show up and see if we can't make their stay a bit more bearable. Oh, hi. Bedrooms and comfort. Guest scores. Hygiene. Dining. Heat. An active heater in a utility room will maintain a guest's heat score. Decoration. And that. So, satisfaction. In build mode, hover over any object to see the stats it gives. And in build mode, okay, cool. That makes sense. Hi. Now that the bedroom is sorted, you might have to start taking care of other needs your guests might have. Tell me, have you ever heard of soap? We're not animals. Of course not. That's alright. Well, some people haven't heard of it either. We should make sure we spread the word loud and clear. There's nothing funny about personal hygiene. Go ahead and make these lovely pieces of furniture and build a pretty little bathroom. Okay, so we got kind of what we need. So it turns out I jumped the gun on buying all that stuff, but that's okay. Let's build a washer, and let's build a sink. There we go. Man, that's a real tight fit. Eventually this whole place is going to be better, but right now I'm just making do with what I got. Realistically, I'm not going to say I've already kind of Oh, grant their score to the bedrooms in an area around them. Oh, I will keep that in mind. Okay, so edit it. We want to give it a sonk. Cannot put sonk. And there's a washer. Boy, that ain't much of a washer, but there we go. I think I've already got a pretty good impression of what this game is, and I'm pretty impressed. It plays well. It looks great. It's like the sound effects, the music, so on and so forth, like super good. It's gonna take a while before we really get into the nitty-gritty on this game, but that's okay. I already placed the toilet, but that's okay. What? Oh, come on. So because I had already pre-placed the toilet, it's like, nope, never mind. This is what I get for trying to just like immediately skip tutorials. Does that count? Are we good? Nope, I have to place the toilet level 1, which means I gotta go build another one. I think it's a functional bathroom at this point. It's just the quest doesn't realize that I am too smart for game. It's fine, we'll make another later. Well, when the game actually comes out. Mauled any of your guests yet? Excuse me, I am a cute bear. I am not one of the mauling types of bears. I clean up after them. And things. Okay, let us build, let us edit, let us remove this toilet, and replace with a much worse toilet. Aha! Upgrades! But now the quest should be complete, and that's really just all that matters. Unfortunately, boy, my stomach is a rumbly. We got some growling in the house. I really gotta get the kitchen down, but I think... Tutorial. Did you build the bathroom yet? Yep. Good job. Next up, my favorite things to ingest. Food! Okay. And expect people to walk up to a bush and start chowing down. Go ahead and make this furniture and build a dining room in the cabin. Make sure it's on the same floor as the bedroom you wanted to reach. Oh! These idiots get lost looking through their own pockets. And don't forget to put some meals in the serving table, otherwise there won't be anything to eat for the guests. Okay, well, I think I'm going to stop here, seeing as I'm not going to say I kind of screwed myself over by jumping the gun on the tutorial, but that's exactly what I did. And I'm sure I'll be able to recover with enough time, but I'm also just perfectly fine with just leaving this where it is. I could keep going, and I might actually do so, but from a first video, first perspective kind of thing, or first impressions kind of thing, there we go. This game is great. It's beautiful. It plays pretty well. I like the idea of like the customization, building up each and every one of these cabins, upgrading them, gathering residents, gaining money. It's kind of a nice little economy tycoon sim, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, it's just adorable. I don't know. I want to put more time into it, but we're going to have to wait until this game is actually out. That said, if you guys want to put more time into this yourselves, it is available on Steam right now as part of the Steam Summer Next Fest, whatever. So you can specifically download this and play it yourselves and actually get pretty far. It seems like there is kind of a hard cap. Probably at the end of the tutorial, it just lets you loose and you can just build up as much as possible. But there's a lot of room inside that cabin, which means there's a lot to do. And I know with this game there's straight up like a fox spirit thing. So there's more to this game than just the bed and breakfast. I just don't know where it is. And oh, why'd somebody litter here? That's just a nice little view to end this off. Anyway, so this has been Bear and Breakfast. And if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe, because I've got a lot of indie games to play in the meantime. I'll be back to this one for sure. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.